Hey everyone, it's Mario here. Thank you so much for joining this training. Today we're going to be learning how to get leads and sell more using LinkedIn. You'll learn how to do this with zero experience, and even if you've just opened an account and only have a few connections. Now look, you've probably signed up for training sessions like this in the past, and you've sat and waited for the trainer to talk for ages, give you their life story before they get into the real meat and bones of what you're trying to learn about. Okay, I hate that stuff, and I know that you're busy and I'm busy and you don't have 2 hours to listen to somebody ramble on, so I'm going to give you as much information as possible in a short amount of time as possible. Okay, now I hope that's okay. Well, actually, what am I talking about? Of course it is. You're busy, so am I, and we both want to get on with what we're doing as quickly as possible. Now, I'm sorry if you think I'm going to be rushing this or going too fast and not giving you time perhaps to take notes. I want to give you the value you need as quickly as possible. So we're going to look into how we start selling our time, services or products on LinkedIn. Now, some of the people I've worked with have generated 6 and 7 figure incomes from the information I'm going to share with you today. I've helped people get new jobs because they were able to quickly improve their results. I've also helped people that were struggling to hit targets or quota each year, the extra confidence and skills they needed to be able to succeed and thrive in their current role. I've also helped people that were already high performers. These people were already generating hundreds of thousands in sales every year through cold calling and inbound opportunities. But I've helped these guys obliterate their past performances by adding LinkedIn to their sales toolkit. What I'm trying to tell you right now is that this stuff works. And it's super successful when you apply it correctly. You're going to do all of this without being one of those annoying salespeople that hit people with a sales pitch as soon as they accept your connection request. And actually, whilst we're on that topic, please don't ever do that. It's super annoying, it never works. And actually, in the long term, it's just going to ruin your credibility. Now, what I'm going to give you is a predictable system, okay, that's going to generate additional leads and sales. But it doesn't mean you're going to be spending all day writing content and sending messages out or even connecting with random people. So first of all, what is LinkedIn and why is it important to utilize it in your attempts to grow business, your bottom line and your sales figures? LinkedIn is a social media platform which is used by 740 million people, 55 million registered companies, and incredibly 40% of its users access LinkedIn every day. It has something like 1 billion interactions every month. That's crazy. There is literally no other tool in the world that can get you a direct line to anyone, from Barack Obama to heads of multi-million dollar companies. It's basically an index of all the decision makers in pretty much every organization in the world, and it's completely unrivaled as a business-to-business networking tool. Now, of course, getting the attention of these people isn't easy. They'll get hundreds of poorly scripted sales messages every single day. But these people have the buying power to change the destiny of any business in the world, so they're going to be busy, going to give you attention easily. The use of LinkedIn as a sales tool has gone crazy over the last couple of years, and in my opinion, that's going to continue to grow considerably over the next 5 years at least. So let's start with your own very personal landing page. Now, before anybody engages with you on LinkedIn, they're going to check out your profile. So if this isn't well put together, you'll fall at the first hurdle. All that good work you do in generating conversations with people and creating content, which we'll come to shortly, will all be wasted. You want to build your profile to position yourself as an authority figure in your field. A good profile will show exactly what you do, what problem you're solving to make people's lives easier, and of course an easy way to contact you. It's also important to ask for reviews from people you've worked with in the past, customers that you've worked with ideally, and you can do this by requesting a recommendation from someone directly from your profile. I'd recommend offering to write the recommendation yourself and asking the person to approve it. That will just save them time. It means they're more likely to do it, and actually it means that you can get them to say whatever you want them to say, of course within reason. And there's a screenshot here of what that area looks like. There's also the ability to get endorsements on LinkedIn, but in my opinion, these are rather meaningless. Don't bother with these. If somebody endorses you, great, but in reality, they offer minimal results, so don't go out of your way to get them. So back to your profile. Get a good photo. A professional headshot is best, but Anyone that visits your profile will get a mental image of what you're like based on the kind of things that you've written about yourself and your photo. So get a professional photo, not a screenshot or a clipping from a night out or even your wedding photo. If you don't want to bother with a professional headshot, just ask somebody to take one for you in portrait mode from your phone. Get yourself a headline. Now, whenever you comment on anything on LinkedIn, people see your headline in their feed. So it should be clear exactly what you do and what problem you're solving for people without them having to click into your profile. An added benefit of this, because they know that information, is that when people do click into your profile, you already know that they're slightly warmer rather than just somebody who knows you're browsing. And you can use your value proposition to help you write this. So you can just fill in the gaps. So I help your ideal customer achieve their ideal result without something that they don't like doing. So if you just fill in the gaps there, you can use that. So work that out and you can use it clearly in your own profile. Now, also, I recommend creating a banner. Your profile is valuable real estate, so make sure you use it to its full potential. You can get somebody to create one for you professionally on Fiverr.com and it's quite cheap. Or you can just use something like Canva.com and create your own, and that's usually free. Now, look, this isn't going to bring you hundreds of customers overnight banging at your door, so I want to set expectations here. But getting your profile into good order and making it clear how you help people and how contact you will, over time, increase the number of inquiries you receive from potential customers. So what about engaging with people? I see so many salespeople that are desperate for some magical combination of words to put into an email message that will generate meetings for them. There's no such thing, and if you're looking for it, you're going to be disappointed. And worse than that, you're going to ruin your own reputation and credibility whilst you're looking for it. There's nothing more annoying than someone contacting you and then hitting you with a sales pitch straight away. It never works, and honestly, I'd be surprised to hear from anyone that's ever engaged in a conversation with somebody and become a customer from a meeting that was generated with a message like that. So please don't ever do it. And I actually think it's an abuse of trust. So somebody is trusting you to be part of their network, and they're giving you access to their connections, and you're abusing that trust to try and sell to them straight away. Please don't do it. Now, you might be thinking at this point, so I can't pitch to somebody as soon as we've connected. So then how do I actually sell on LinkedIn? Now, I said earlier, you have to become an authority and thought leader in your field. So how do you do that? Well, we've already discussed how important it is to have a strong profile. The next thing you need to do is start sharing content. And this can be done in one of two ways. The first way is to start creating and posting your own content. Now, content on LinkedIn comes in different forms. So you can do text only, and at the moment, text only gets the most outreach. You can share images, create videos, polls, etc. Now, one thing I would do is just a little tip, is to post videos directly onto LinkedIn rather than linking it to YouTube, as the LinkedIn algorithm prefers that. Now, the second thing you can do, and this is something that you can start doing straight away and requires very minimal skill to start, is to start commenting on other people's posts. But I don't just mean a couple of words. Add your thoughts, your opinions into it. Now, doing this regularly will get you noticed, and particularly on posts that have a large engagement anyway. You'll have people reading it and thinking, this is an interesting person, let me check out their profile. The whole idea here is to start generating conversations where you and your prospect are qualifying each other to see if there's a mutual opportunity to continue the conversation. The goal is to book a call or a meeting. You don't want to be trying to sell anything directly on LinkedIn. Think of it as becoming an educator, a helper, or an entertainer to people that fit within your ideal customer mold. Now, what about connection requests? We all get them and we all send them out. But how important are these? Well, they're actually really important, and you should do them regularly. LinkedIn Free lets you do about 50 connection requests a day, which is plenty, so make sure you make the most of it. Otherwise, you'll get suspended from sending connection requests for a couple of days. You'll go into the LinkedIn abyss, so just be careful of that. Now, whenever you connect with somebody, you don't just get access to that person. You get access to their entire network of people as well as second-degree connections. That means when they engage on your posts or like something that you've written, their connections will also see it. And that's another great way to organically build your network, because they're going to see that and think, that person's got something interesting to say. let me follow them. So it's important to build it up quickly, but also make sure it's targeted. So you want to be adding anyone from existing customers for the firm that you currently work in, colleagues, partners, potential customers, and even competitors, as that you'll get instant access to all of their contacts too. Adding people really is important, so make sure you do it regularly and spend some time actively doing it. I also send a connection request to anybody that looks at my profile, unless, like I said earlier, unless I'm pretty certain they're about to pitch to me. Now, a lot of people ask me, okay, but what do I put in the message? You can personalize it, and that means it's much more likely to get read and accepted. Something simple is fine, but try and make it personalized, and even better, mention something that drew you to that person's profile. To save time, I only ever personalize to that degree if it's a potential customer. It's important to give people value and a reason to connect with you. So if it's a potential customer, you can say something like this. See, there's no sales pitch there, and you're offering to provide value, so people will want to connect with you. Another way I use to connect to people is to recognize a recent post they've made or an article they've written, and you can relate it back to you. So try this one. Something I've recently started doing is providing value by linking to a document I've created or a report you think they might find useful. Even some competitor research. Share it and expect nothing back. The idea is to get a customer into a conversation back and forth where you're qualifying each other, and only then you can ask for a meeting. So I have a general rule of 3 messages back and forth before I ask for a meeting, but it might even take a bit longer. A useful tip I've learned recently is to type looking for or recommended followed by whatever it is your service is in the search box, and that way you'll see any recent posts from people that are looking to their connections for a recommendation on a particular service. And that works really well, and even if that requirement's been met, still add that person, still try and connect with them, as they're clearly the type of person that's in the market for whatever it is that you're selling. So it's likely they'll have a need again in the future, or maybe one of their contacts will. If these come up, it obviously benefits people that jump on it quickly, so keep an eye on it every day. What about Outbound Approach? You can use Sales Navigator to save time, and I think they're still offering a free 30-day trial, but even if you don't have it, you can do pretty much everything on the free version anyway. Just use a spreadsheet. You can make a list by using the search filters of everyone in your target market, connect with them, and then send them a short message. You can even do a video, which works really well. Thank them for connecting, and maybe send them a free guide or a fact sheet, something that they'll find useful and interesting. Follow up in a couple of days, try and engage in conversation. It's important to make it about them, so please don't use this as an opportunity to pitch. Now, does having the ability to sell more using LinkedIn and other social media platforms excite you? Because it certainly does excite me. Now, in the last 2 years, I've generated over £2 million worth of business through conversations started on LinkedIn. And if you don't have a strategy for LinkedIn and you approach it ad hoc and expect to see results, you're going to fail. And that means your career and your sales figures will suffer, because there are people out there doing huge numbers every quarter, and they're leveraging LinkedIn as well as every other type of social media, as well as the traditional sales strategies that you've probably already been taught. So the question now is ultimately, do you want my help? Because there's just 3 options out there for you at the moment. So you can learn it yourself through trial and error, risk your credibility, as people will just start to associate you as a spammy salesperson, get your company to train you, and they're probably telling you to make more calls anyway or relying on inbound marketing. And the third option is to join my academy, so get some help from somebody else. Now, what you'll get if you join my academy, I'll take you on a 10-week journey to sales excellence. We'll cover every single part of the sales cycle, from prospecting to utilizing social media, including LinkedIn and Instagram, how to ask questions, and what questions to ask to get to what a customer's real problem is so that you can work together to solve it. How to frame a meeting so that your acceptable outcomes are clear to the customer from the outset, so you'll get them to either say yes, no, or agree a firm date in the future where you can continue the conversation. This is important. So many people fall apart when a customer tells them they'll think about it, or they're going to go and check with somebody else and get back to them. Have you ever been ghosted? Because we all have. People that say that kind of thing don't ever get back to you. It's important, so we need to implement strategies from the outset to stop this from happening. How do you uncover a customer's budget so you know exactly what they have to spend on a solution or a tool like yours? What about objections? How do you overcome those? Stories are a really powerful way of selling. So facts tell, stories sell. Have you ever heard that before? Tell a story that captivates your prospect and puts them in the shoes of an existing customer you've helped, a customer that's had their exact problem before. What do you do when things go well? How do you get a deal over the line? How do you save yourself from messing up at the last minute? What do you say to your sales manager when they're asking about what deals are closing that quarter? This is critical stuff, and without this, you'll be a less successful salesperson. How much is that extra commission worth to you in one extra deal per quarter? What about 3 or 4 extra deals? Because it all adds up quickly. If you're watching this video, it's obviously something that you can benefit from. You've probably made mistakes with LinkedIn or another part of your sales strategy in the past. Or you're just super ambitious and don't like the fact that you're not getting the support in your current business to develop your career. It happens. It's happened to me. Sometimes you have to look externally for it. You want to give yourself as many advantages as possible to get a promotion, smash your target, and eventually earn 100k a year and more. If you're already at that level, your earnings are in a position to skyrocket even further by implementing these strategies. Now, the best thing to do is put yourself in a position where you're able to make the best financial decisions for yourself and your family. And this is essentially going to give you a map straight to big numbers. What if you don't succeed? Failure is tough. I've had tough years before where I failed to hit my target. These have been situations where people have been relying on me to bring the money home, and I feel like I failed. That's made me stronger, made sure I've learned and refined my skill to give myself the best chance of that never to happen again. Now look, LinkedIn's a bit of a maze, and I've given you an overview here, but this is a short overview that's not going to teach you everything. You've not really had to do anything to get to this point other than give me your email address, so it's not really specific to your exact circumstances. I can't do a video or produce a single document that's going to help 100% of people. That's just crazy, and I'm not talented enough to do that, unfortunately. So what I'd like to do next is get you on the phone and talk. You'll talk to me or one of my experienced team members that knows everything about our strategies, and we'll spend 30-40 minutes over Zoom talking, and we'll show you some of the strategies we use to help people in their sales career. Now, if you're new into sales or you've been doing it for a while, or you're a sales manager that needs to help people in your team, let's have a chat and we can share with you how to get that to the next level. This might be for you, but it might not. And look, I'm a nice guy, but I'm not charity. So if we agree that you're a good fit for the program, I'm going to offer you an opportunity to work together. And this is going to cost you some money. So if you're broke, please don't apply for the deal. You or I don't have time to waste. Now, I want to help people that actually want to make a difference in their career. So if that's not you, again, please do not book a call. If you're broke or can't make decisions on spending your own money, please don't book a call with me either. If you're not willing to learn new skills or improve what you're currently doing, please don't book a call. Now, I know this probably sounds a bit rude, but look, I've had a lot of time wasters on the calls, so just trying to get free advice. And, you know, I'm trying to increase some of the barriers to entry here, so only the real people that are really interested in developing. Now, after we speak, I don't mind if you say yes, you want to work with me, or no, you don't. Either one is absolutely okay. But what is not okay is a maybe. It wastes time, and like I've said, we don't have time to waste. So if you don't want to succeed or not bothered about hitting your sales target or quota, don't book a call. If you don't fill out the form correctly, I'm just going to cancel the call. We won't take it. The questions in the form are really short, so please give them a proper considered answer. I'm going to give you exactly what you need during our call to make a decision, and ultimately you're going to have a decision to make at the end. And if you're not in a financial position to take action, if you think, you know, I'm not there right now, but I will be in a month, then book a call in a month, because we don't rebook calls. We're really busy. So if you've got some money to invest or income available to you now to invest in your career, then this is for you. If you want to grow and make sure you smash your sales numbers, this is for you. So if you scroll down the page, there's access to my calendar. So book a call with me or one of my team, and let's go through your current situation. And if we both agree that we'd like to work together, we'll invite you to join our 10-week sales masterclass program. I'm going to take you through exact strategy I use to secure new business, and I'll show you in detail what success could look like for you if we were to work together. Now, if that's you, please apply for a call and let's see how we can help. Right, I'm Mario Lucas. Thank you for watching and listening. See you later. Bye-bye.